It's time for Talking Sense with me, Pete Simpson. Hello. I'm Hugh Stanley, sitting in for Pete Simpson this week, and it's time for Talking Sense. It's time now for Talking Sense with me, Pete Simpson. I'm back. Today, we're talking about some engineering feats. Today, we're discussing Europe, a controversial topic as always. Today, we're talking about Tesco's vital fourth quarterly profit declarations and how it's all gone wrong for them. They attempted to send theirs to the Serious Fraud Office's office on the face of Mars. Unfortunately, the unmanned rocket in which it was travelling blew up shortly after launch just a couple of days ago. In the studio with me from the European Union, I have Giuseppe von Strausmann.
Hello.
We've got a gentleman here in the studio who knows all about tall things. It's Louis Norman Foster from the Architectural Institute International, or A. Today we're going to be talking to Tess, and he or she is here in the studio with me.
How do you? I am a man. My parents gave me a woman's name for a joke.
So, Louis, can you tell us a bit about the Freedom Tower?
Yeah, the Freedom Tower really represents America's contribution to slavery over the years.
How do you feel? I mean, you subcontracted this to NASA, but the fact that your fourth quarter profit results have not reached the Serious Fraud Office has caused you major issues.
No, well, I just want to say that it's a very exciting new partnership we have with NASA. We're really, really pleased that this got off the ground, well, at least only for a few moments.
Many people are very frustrated with the way that they feel that their taxes are simply being stolen by Brussels.
This is not true. The best way to save Europe is to simply give all your money to Brussels. This is what we've always done for centuries in Europe. You may have remembered that in the First World War, Germany invaded Belgium. That's because that's where all the money was kept. Then in the Second World War, they go into Belgium again to get more money. And then the Yugoslav War was also in Belgium to get the money.
The reason why we changed the height was actually because Wounded Knee is a horrible battle, and we just want to, yeah, like you say, we're trying to airbrush history, and basically this building is propaganda. That's what I love buildings for, you know, they're propaganda value. Here at Tesco, we're very keen to explore new methods of transportation, you know, rockets instead of, say, cars, or rockets instead of, say, trains, or rockets instead of, say, hovercraft, or rockets instead of, say, spacecraft. My house is surrounded by cereal crops tended by the elderly of Taunton, and they're lovely people, but they do spend an inordinate amount of time munching on bread, which is adorable, but I do have to discipline them.
Many of our listeners are very, very concerned about the wasteful nature of the EU. They see much of what Europe does as being terribly bureaucratic. How would you react to that?
No, I mean, this implies that bureaucracy is a waste of money. You know, I think this is utter nonsense. You know, the other day I wanted to buy a fish, and I filled in 5 fish forms and a fish release form, and I got my fish. I don't see what is wrong with this.
We've got Professor Dr. Patrick Hubble in. He's from NASA. Let's hear what he's got to say. NASA's side of the story, please, Dr. Hubble.
Hey there. Hey, it's great to be on the show today. Mr. Coe, look, I'm really sorry, okay? But I've explained this to you before, okay? Now, we were trying an exciting new project whereby instead of using our own engineering expertise, we would use a week-by-week build-your-own kit.
I'm going to go over now to John J. Smithson. He's from the United Kingdom Intransigent Party.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Smithson. What do you think of what Mr. von Strausmann's just said? I mean, it's quite unusual, isn't it? It's not the view normally taken by people wishing to save the reputation of the European Union that essentially more money is the way forward.
I think Europe needs, another war.
Well, no, I disagree. I think that we need more money because the one thing that Europe doesn't have enough of is money.
I'm a descendant of the great Stephen Hubble, who was an avid build-your-own-rocket enthusiast back in the 1980s.
What I'd just like to say, okay, is that now, because of this gentleman's lack of incompetence, one might say, the fact that the rocket has exploded means that our fourth quarterly profits can't get up to the interplanetary Tesco headquarters, which is just based off Mars.
In World War II, the Germans bombed all the fish. We needed to save the fish. So we created the European Union to save the fish.
If you'll agree, I think we should just propose a war on fish.
No,
Kill all fish.
Not to kill all fish.
Kill
to kill most of the fish and scare the rest of them.
Why?
It does seem a bit
it seems like a
nonsensical.
fair. No, it's.
I'm afraid I'm siding with...
It is not a nonsensical nor a
Everyone
non-sequitur.
sides with
It's a
Giuseppe.
logical progression. If it's a compromise between us, you want to save the fish and I want war. Why don't we have a war on fish?
Why can't we have a war against those who don't like fish? Then that is war and solves my problem.
The Americans.
Exactly. We need war with America. I think that is the best conclusion we have come to from today's How to Save Europe. We declare war on the United States of America. And as president of the United Socialist State of Europe, I can actually make this executive decision.
It's just a good job that your collection of CDs wasn't on board. Otherwise, there might have been a disco inferno.